This podcast is part of the No Phony Podcast Network, the home of independent awesomeness.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Saturday's the Chickenduck, episode 160. Joining us today, back from a hiatus with a new baby, new headphones, a new video card that's got video liquid cool. Jesus Christ. Jeff Loper's joining us today, everybody. Hi, Jeff. Ryan Vu, you're back.
Hi, hello.
And Casey Shear, my eternal compatriot.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Also, good. I think also joining us today, Jack O'Halloran. I think he's going to be popping on here at some point. There he is. Casey just shot him out of his. How's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
Good. Now you can cut this out, Case. Put it back in the beginning. I'm going to go to the weed shop. I'll see you guys later.
So speaking of a weed shop, I heard just the other day, whatever, this one here in Bethlehem, the Canna Remedies or whatever it is.
Yeah.
There was like cops outside of it, like helping them work because they weren't letting people inside.
Yeah. They all have like a security guard now. So
Okay.
I'd imagine for the first couple of weeks they probably didn't.
Yeah.
But like ours here in Reading, they have a guy just standing outside. Like you have to beep yourself in with your card. You can only have like two people in, I think, the waiting room at a time, and then you can only have two people behind the glass at a time.
Okay.
So you have to call in all your orders. Like there's no more just showing up. You can't just show up. So like 10 o'clock this morning, I called my order in, and I'm gonna go pick it up when we're done here.
Nice.
So
that's how it should be always.
Well, it's not bad. Again, you said it before, and I agree with it to a point. Like this quarantine suits me.
Yeah. Yes.
I was built for this. So I'm actually kidding. There's a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables, Casey, that you'll be happy to know. Where'd he go? He's going.
Throwing up right now.
No, I'm still.
Starting the old ropes.
Nuh-uh.
And I went and got Carter a fishing pole. Call it a fishing pole? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah, fishing pole. So my kid's almost 3, 2.5. Figure what better time to have him start throwing fishing sticks in the get it all geared up and let him throw it and scoop them.
Now it's called fishing stick.
Yeah,
Fishing stick.
Fishing stick pole.
We go camping, and so we always bring like fishing rods with and stuff. And my mom got my kids for Christmas these fishing rods that look like shotguns, and you cock it, whatever, and it like loads a spring-loaded bobber, and you shoot it, and it shoots it out, 100 feet, or whatever, and then the bobber hits the water and drops the hook into the water with this thing on it. It's pretty cool. But the one time I was like, this barely shoots far. Let me try this. So I cocked it and I shot it, and I'm like, damn, that went far. I realized that it unhooked from the line, and it just shot the bobber out into the middle of the lake somewhere. I was like, well, that's gone.
Did your sister ever get the hook out of her left thigh that you shot into with the?
No, it's still there. It's still there.
Oh man, no! I'll be honest with you. I thought fishing was more expensive. I'm sure you could. It's like anything else, but like, God damn it, Boo.
What? Oh, the cat. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No, I got him like a tiny little fishing stick. It's called the. Oh, that's what we're looking for. Fishing rod.
Rod.
Not a pole.
My goodness.
Fishing pole. I've been saying that for like 3 days and nobody's corrected me.
You walk into a store. Do you have a fishing pole?
It's better than
like
a fishing
thing
stick.
to put the rod into it or something. Like what's the?
Yeah, a fishing rod carrier. Oh, you mean a fishing pole? No, and then I got like a little $10 tackle box from Amazon. and you don't have to go anywhere to get your fishing license anymore. Probably because of the Rona. I just printed that off the old lawn lines.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Very
Hey,
nice.
Jeff, going back to the shotgun fishing rod thing, is there a reel on that or what? How do you?
Yeah, there's a reel. There's here, I'll go get it. It's probably in the garage. I'll be right back.
I'll get mine too.
I can still talk to you.
I
Yeah,
can
me
take
too.
you with me wherever I go. I'm mobile.
So can we, though.
Let me get.
Well, this is awkward.
You're by yourself and we all left.
Just me.
Entertain yourselves.
Joining us now, Mr. Jack O'Halloran.
Oh no!
Look at the size of this thing.
Oh yeah, cool.
It's tiny.
Nice little rod.
Yeah, for the boy.
Is
Yeah.
it lined up?
It's called. No, it's got the reel ready. I just got to put the line on it. Here. Little tackle box.
Tackle box.
Yeah, but look at this thing. It's called the Ugly Stick.
Oh, the old ugly stick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good fishing stick there.
They're supposedly like indestructible.
I bet I could
So,
break.
I bet you I'll break it too.
Now, will you let him?
No,
No.
no, nothing. Probably nothing. I probably won't even get him out of the car. Watch your dad. I'll say. Keep your ears open for me. I'll say.
I thought Jeff could hear us.
His Bluetooth probably disconnected.
Fucking liar.
He might be out of range.
He probably had to go an extra like 500 feet. He's got a really big house.
Forget it. I can't find it. It's in the camper somewhere.
He's back. He was in the camper. He was in his second home.
Sorry.
All right.
Oh, he was in the West Wing somewhere. And
Yeah, no shit. You haven't been back there for a while.
Yeah.
Jeff, I wanted to ask you, because of this quarantine and stuff, have the campgrounds and everything all closed down, or what's the deal with them?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So you're not
As far as I know, I think everything's closed case. Like,
Yeah.
I think parks are still open, but they'll come into like. So that was my first concern. We've been walking down at the river. So we started going down like if you go right down my street, you end up at
The river.
yeah, what's that called down there though? Something dam or lake or something. I don't know.
Felix Dam?
Is that Felix Dam there?
Yeah, Felix Dam is down there, but
Back in there?
I don't think Felix is right at the bottom. I think it's
No, I think it's up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
that's,
that's
yeah,
what-
that's
so we-
Felix.
phone.
We go
What?
turn your phone, Ryan.
Christ.
Like this.
It messes up my screen when I turn the phone.
No chance we'll ever get a fucking Oscar if you're turned upright. So yeah, we just go down there and Carter throws rocks. So I figured I didn't really feel like throwing rocks anymore. I wanted to do something a little more interesting. So we're gonna fish.
Cool.
So I have a question here. So Walmart over here in Temple, I was there yesterday. Social distancing. So other places you have one entrance you can go in, and then you have to go out the other entrance. Walmart up here, the entrance towards the pharmacy?
No, because here's the thing about Walmart. I would stay the fuck away from Walmart right now.
Yeah, well, we had to go get an Xbox game. So,
Can't you download Xbox games?
Yeah, who's buying physical copies?
Like
I
even
don't
without
know.
the quarantine, who buys a fucking game anymore? Like a physical disc?
yeah, I guess.
Do you listen to
Why would you do
CDs
that?
and cassettes?
I mean, that's where the good stuff is.
Mm,
But
okay.
anyway, but they have the pharmacy entrance closed off. You can go in the one entrance, and you have to funnel back out the same entrance. I was just thinking, this doesn't make any sense. If you want people to distance, why are you funneling everyone that comes here to one entrance?
The bigger problem is why is everybody at Target and Walmart and Lowe's? Because they all don't need to be. Besides buying your essential Xbox games, I don't see any reason to be at any of those places other than when you need to be. So
Well-
for all the people that want to protest and go out and fucking, that's great. I can't wait to see what happens. It's gonna be awesome.
I did need distilled water for my CPAP machine. So
Ryan, I've had a CPAP for 10 years, and I've never, ever, 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 ever one time put distilled water in it.
are you
Ever.
serious?
Yeah, I barely even used the dehumidifier on it.
Oh, so you don't have to put anything in it?
It's just a hot plate that warms some water up.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I mean, ever since I got it, that's what they showed me to do. So I've just done it like that.
That's what they want you to believe, man. That's what they
Oh,
want
yeah.
you to believe. They want
Like
you to use
watching the
distilled.
news.
Distilled water's got the 5G in it.
Oh Jesus! I knew it. They probably put a
No,
little.
you're wrong, Jimmy. If you listen to On the Road with Jim and Casey, 5G
Well,
dies
there's your first fucking problem.
5G dies in water.
Oh, is that? Nope. Nope, you're not going to get me there.
Oh man, no, you know what? No, it was the coronavirus that dies in water.
Oh, then they should just open up water parks.
Yep.
Well, Florida's all at the beach, so they'll be fine.
Yeah, they should be good.
By the way, moving Nanny to Florida, safest thing that we could have done. Safest fucking thing that we could have done.
Yeah, great. Yep.
Maybe we could have opened up fucking the airplane to Italy and flown her over to fucking Italy for a couple of days before. Jesus Christ. Talk about a fucking governor who's hell bent on ruining their fucking constituents' lives. What is that it?
This is the fishing rod, yeah.
That's like
So how thick is that wire? Why doesn't it get tangled up?
It's a regular fishing line. You use regular fishing line.
Well, why doesn't it get tangled though?
What do you mean? It works like a regular fishing rod in that it's got a reel here, right in his hand here.
Uh-huh.
God, I can't see my fucking hand here in the background. But right there is a reel. All right, and then there's this red thing here is like the thing that you use to charge the spring.
Yeah.
Pull a trigger and it shoots that's the bobber right there. Inside of that bobber, there's another fishing line with the hook in it, and it goes inside of it. And so when it hits the water, the red part floats and the black part opens up, and it lets the thing dangle down into the water.
Okay.
a fucking buster bomb of fishing poles.
Yeah. It's awesome though.
Have you
You
had
don't,
any-
you don't have to worry about doing this shit.
Have you ever caught a fish with it?
No, I suck at fishing. Fishing.
So it's awesome. Never caught a fish though.
I never caught a fish. I swapped it out for a real shotgun, and I caught lots of fish that way.
You just throw some quarters, tape some quarter sticks to some rocks and chuck them down.
So what else is going on? I mean, during this, like you said, Jeff, this is your normal life, right? I mean, you're home
Yeah.
all the time anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I get paid for disability and retirement, so I'm already, I'm okay financially, and this is my everyday. So the only difference is that my kids are home all day instead of going to school.
Yeah.
And,
Sucks.
And the best thing about it is all my friends have to stay home, so I have all these buddies to play video games with. But then I get pissed because I'm like, it's quarantine. Where the fuck is everybody? Why is nobody online?
Are you and your kids fighting for video game time, or do you each have your own separate things?
No, we have all separate stuff or whatever.
kidding me?
I have one
He's
Xbox.
got a fucking $800 video card in his fucking computer.
Yeah.
You think you'd let your kids anywhere near that?
Yeah, no. They're like, Dad, can we play the virtual reality? I'm like, sure, for 15 minutes.
Yeah. No. Start.
That's my time. Yeah. No, it's honestly getting difficult because, you're trying to restrict them with their gaming and time and stuff like that, and it's hard because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I don't want them to just play video games all day long. And when they have bad weather, like we've had the last 3 days where it's just so cold out, or whatever, hell, it fucking snowed up here the other day.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, what are you gonna do? So it's getting hard to be like, oh, you only get an hour or 2 hours or whatever, because there's nothing else for really to do. Even this homeschooling, God, I want to blow my brains out.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm so happy that Carter is young enough that I don't have to worry about that.
Dude,
Because I'm already frustrated beyond belief. I couldn't imagine trying to explain anything to a child right now.
Yeah, and I mean, and
Anything.
it's not that bad as far as what they're learning because it's really like simplified. Like, hey, watch this video today for science, and then
Right.
next day maybe it's whatever. But the problem is the program that they use to do it. Like my kids are fifth grade and fourth grade and kindergarten. The first time they're even taught how to type or anything on a computer is sixth grade. So really, their computer skills are super low, right? Other than going onto YouTube or something on like an iPad. But
Right.
so to do all the schoolwork online where you got to type in comments and stuff like that, the kids are like, where the hell is the A key? You know what I mean? Like
No, I didn't even
super,
think of that.
they're super frustrated. It's so instead of them sitting down to do the work, I have to be hovering around everywhere, clicking this, clicking that, making sure they get to the next thing. And it's not real simple, like I said, of like they click science and there's the day's thing. You have to do like 6 different links and log in 2 different times to get to the damn video, and you have to do it that way so that it keeps track of your kid watched that video and it's legit. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god.
Shame you can't just be there in VR, you know?
I know, right?
Yeah.
If only. Honestly, with this whole quarantine and stuff, I've been saying to everybody that I'm hoping that coming from this, there should be hopefully some good things that change with us. One of them being internet access. You know, internet is not like considered a
Utility.
major
right.
utility
Right.
like power is or electricity,
And it
which is the
absolutely
same thing.
should.
Sorry, electricity or whatever
Water.
else, water. Yeah. So what they need to do with the internet is they need to be like, look, this has to be in every home. Like it needs to be, you know, with the phone lines, with the more recent they did it with the power lines, where instead of you being cornered to use whatever company owns the lines outside your house, you can now choose where your electricity comes from. But then like MedEd just has to service the lines in the area or whatever. You know what I mean? Same thing with phone companies. I can have AT&T or I can have whatever, but obviously there's only one set of phone lines coming to my house. Internet is not like that. It's still at that archaic way of, you know, Service Electric put in my cable line for the internet, so therefore I can't get RCN because RCN
Yeah.
have to run their own lines.
Well, it's bigger than that even. So like
right.
our area here is 100% Comcast, and if you don't have Comcast, you don't have broadband internet. You have
Right.
Verizon. You have DSL, which is terrible compared.
Old school. Right.
Right. So FiOS would be Verizon's upgrade, and there's no FiOS anywhere near Reading. No FiOS near Berks
No,
County.
because the cost of them putting in all that
Of
brand new
course,
lines would
doesn't
be
make sense.
astronomical.
Same reason we don't have a fucking Wegmans, you know?
Right. But like I said, you know, over time they, like I said, with like the phone lines, they made it that like you can't have like jurisdiction for your lines. Like now they opened it up to where anyone can use those phone lines, but you choose the company you paid from. You know, they need to do the same thing with the cable lines. You know, because nobody's using a real cable anymore for TV. Everyone's cutting their cable and going online for shit because it's way cheaper and you get more stuff. And so
they still have Comcast in their house.
right,
I do that. I still have to let Comcast in my house.
Yeah, you still have a line everywhere. So let's just open up the cable lines to allow you to choose internet, and it would be much better because then the competition would be better too. Like the internet speeds I get with Service Electric, I pay like double the money that someone does for RCN. RCN offers like double the speed for half the price but I'm stuck with who I got, you know?
Yeah.
And it sucks. So hopefully they make that change. They also make the change to know that like, look, everyone does need internet nowadays. It should be something that every home has to go, you know. Honestly, when I first bought this house in 2012, I didn't even think about internet. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, where's the location? How's this? Whatever. Nowadays, if you're going to go buy a new home, I think one of the top things you need to look at is what internet provider.
I got a good story for you. My parents are a perfect example of that. The house that they moved into, Carrie and Nears' house down in Florida, the whole development had no cable access, no broadband internet access.
That's terrible.
And they sold the houses anyway.
Yeah.
And when the people moved in, they said, oh, we'll just get Comcast. Well, no, you fucking won't, because Comcast isn't taking service to your development. So now you can use your phone and the 3 or 4G phone service that you have. And it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But how do they let that happen? How does the community let that happen? How does the developer say, we're going to build 150 fucking homes and not give them the staple of what we need to survive right now. Like,
And for that amount of homes, you would think that they would be worthwhile for them to.
and it's not like they're shit homes either. It's not like they're building a fucking ghetto. These
Well,
are
right, but-
my parents are in their 60s. They've been working their whole lives.
But usually, if a company like RCN or Verizon, whatever, if they want to put in line somewhere, it has to be cost effective. So they're only going to do it if there's enough homes to facilitate the cost of actually doing it. So
Well,
like, if I wanted
at the end of
Verizon, if I wanted FiOS to come into my street right now, and there's like only like 5 or 6 houses here on the street, they wouldn't do it. But if it was 150 houses,
Oh, it's worse than that, Jeff. There's exclusivity rights and all kinds of shit. Places where, like, Comcast can't go, by law can't go because of, like, some sporting event or something. And there's
Yeah.
crazy fucking rules.
stupid. Yeah.
Crazy rules. Crazy. How you guys doing?
Good. Vu, I see you figured out how to mute his.
Good.
audio.
Ooh, there he goes again. He's like a ghost.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah, I figured out I could mute it and do
So
that.
nobody has internet in that whole development where your parents are, Jimmy.
I think they
DSL.
have like DSL.
Which is phone line,
Right.
which is like late 90s.
Yeah.
Right, which is like if you have so if I have my dad has an iPad, my mom an iPad and an iPhone. My mom has an iPhone. She's got a laptop for work. They have 2 TVs. Each one has either a Fire Stick or a Chromecast. That's 5 devices on a fucking network that's built to use one device. It's just not feasible. So then, and that's without kids. They don't have 2 or 3 kids running around. Like my Netflix or YouTube or Hulu is on 2 or 3 devices at any given time in my house.
Yeah.
Just by default. Like
Yeah.
you wake up and it's just like, quick, turn it on. Like, it's just on. And then my streaming movies or or this or video games or anything like that, you wouldn't be able to play games or VR or anything like that streaming wise on DSL. You wouldn't be able to play with your buddies on DSL.
I don't even know if something like Zoom here would work well.
It
on DSL.
wouldn't. It
That's
wouldn't.
the thing.
I mean, it worked shitty last week because I was using that fucking laptop and I was only getting what would be those types of speeds from that laptop because the Wi-Fi is so old. So I had to tell Devin that I'm uprooting the kitchen and this is where the office is now.
Oh, there's a
Got the
fishing pole.
stick in there.
Or-
Oh, yeah, you didn't see that, Jeff. That's it.
Yeah, nice.
That's the extent of the fishing.
That's perfect. That's all you need.
That's it.
Yeah,
Matt, was that dry? Was there any
that's
sputum in that?
That's a wet one.
Okay, good.
Ooh.
Just checking.
Yeah, we were supposed to have the guys from the Mahoning Drive-In on this week because their opening weekend was supposed to be next weekend, but they
Not
can't.
opening.
They canceled. I was surprised because I thought for sure that even the drive-in would be allowed to open because you're all in your car.
I would think this would be, if anything, this would be a resurgence of drive-ins.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know,
That's a good
Like,
point.
I'm not going to a movie theater probably ever again.
Well,
Yeah.
like, what about concerts and think about all that shit? Like, people are not going to want to do that stuff.
Brother, I was done with concerts. The last time I was at Festival Pier was the last time I'll ever go to a concert, and it precipitated the plague and all that shit. I mean,
That place,
there's no way that many people should be crammed together.
I don't recommend that. place.
Uh-oh.
There she is.
Oh my God.
How old
She's
is
precious.
she? How old is she now, Jeff?
A little over 2 months now. Couple like 5 days over 2 months. Well, 4/11, I guess, would be 2 months.
Is she sleeping?
Yeah, she's doing fine. She's been sleeping.
Yeah, fuck you then. Like, I'm the only person, I swear to Christ, my kid never slept. Still doesn't sleep. My new one won't sleep. I know it.
Well, Jimmy, didn't for the first couple months, didn't Carter have colic or something, or was that later?
Oh
months.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
the
was
first
college,
year.
yeah.
The first 8 months. Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. She's adorable though, Jeff. Good work.
Thank you.
Is Jenny loving it?
Loving what?
Having the daughter.
Oh my God, yeah.
She's over it.
No, she buys things all the time for her. You know how we keep saying like great for the front line, the nurses and doctors and stuff. That's fantastic. Let's give it up for the Amazon delivery guys, though, right?
Every day I get some.
The mailman, the delivery guys, props, boys, and gals, whatever. It's like fantastic job.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I got to go on and order some stuff.
Yeah, although I'm a little upset because like Amazon's like only other things, certain things are gonna take priority, right? Essential things. So I'm like, okay, food, stuff like that, right? I bought this giant like 30 pack of movie box goobers, right?
Ooh, my favorite.
It's like taking over a month to get here. I'm like, that's food. Get here now. I need them chocolate covered peanuts like tomorrow.
Because they're so large, they're hand dipped one by one by a small family of Chinese people.
Yeah,
so it's going to be a little bit till they get it.
But you know what? This video card came in like 3 days.
Did you boil it first to make sure it was clean?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, boil it and then stick it in the microwave.
That might break it.
It's up to you.
Yeah, like I said before we got started, I ordered that Hello Fresh thing, so I don't even have to go to the grocery store during this.
That's great.
Fresh.
It's like a meal delivery service.
Oh, okay.
It's you get 6 meals in total, but 3 meals, split into 2.
So you've been eating both of them.
Yep.
And you're still hungry.
No, I'm not hungry after that. No, it's.
Are you eating all 6 of them at one time? Like for dinner on a Tuesday, you're eating 6 meals for the week?
No, 2 a day. I eat like
2.
I make it
2
at
in a
like
sitting.
No, I make it at like lunchtime, and I'll have like one half of it for lunch, and then the other half for dinner.
So 1 for lunch and 1 for dinner.
Yeah.
Not half of anything. There's 2 units. You're eating 1 unit for lunch and 1 unit for dinner.
No, it's like 1 meal in a bag. That's two meals itself. You split that into 2. It's for 2 people.
But if there were 2 of you.
Oh, one meal is for 2 people.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's actually 2 meals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's 2 meals.
So you have the first meal for lunch, and you have the second meal for dinner.
Yeah.
So it's not half a meal. It's a complete meal for lunch.
But it's hell of a package. Guys, let's stop arguing about the semantics of language here. All right?
My man, Boo.
I catch it.
Who got it?
Whatever. It's good.
Is it though? Like, is it? How do you warm it up? Microwave or
No.
oven?
Everything comes in a bag. Like 1 meal comes in a bag, and let's say, like last night, I made mashed potatoes and meatloaf. Like it has all these little potatoes in it, and you have to cut everything up and then boil it. Everything that you need for that meal comes like in that bag. Like a pack of sour cream.
Well, I can tell you that there's never going to be enough sour cream for me in that meal. So
But
I'm already upset with it.
Hello Fresh shows you how much you really should be eating per meal.
Dude, are you a communist? Just tell me if you're a fucking communist. Are you? Do you know what communism is? Do you need somebody telling you how much food you need to intake? They're obviously incorrect.
Oh, Weight Watchers.
Yeah, like, Jeff, did you hear any of that?
Sort of. I wasn't really listening.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I don't blame you. Whatever.
Although I got to say, though, if ever there was a way to lose weight, the only way I would be able to do it, like to eat healthy, is if someone fucking told me what the goddamn eat. So,
that's the only way it will work.
Yeah.
Right. If
somebody says eat this meal today for lunch, I'm like, okay. Otherwise, fuck it. I'm gonna make a ham sandwich or whatever's easy and normal.
Right. Whatever I ate yesterday, and I can easily reheat today.
Yeah.
But when Devin was cooking all my meals, that's how I lost all my weight. The only difference is I wasn't paying her an extra 40% to go grocery shopping for me and send me the shit so I could do it myself.
If you think about it, it's really only $10 a meal. It's not bad at all.
It's expensive. It's always going to be expensive because
$10 per one person per meal is expensive, Casey.
Not really.
No, not when you have that as your backdrop, but to the typical average American.
For a fucking meal, for a dinner,
20.
for $10 for a dinner, you think is expensive.
Have you ever been to India?
You're a cheap fuck, dude. $10 fucking dollars. How much do you spend? If you get a fucking meal at McDonald's, it's almost that. And this is a fucking good meal.
That's why I don't eat at
Oh,
McDonald's.
I'm fucking irate right now.
Dude, this isn't a question of money. I spent $100 on 4 bottles of Bushmills so I wouldn't have to leave the house. I'm not questioning whether or not. All I'm saying is those plans seem to be overpriced for what you're getting. Like, why not just go to?
I don't think so at all.
Go ahead. You can't argue with you because you're just fucking right all the time.
No, I just think that you're wrong on this. You've never fucking got it. Everything comes in the bag for you. You don't have to, like, if you go out to fucking shop and you make all this food, well, you probably fucking eat it, but leftovers in our house get fucking thrown out. So this helps with that.
That's fucking wasteful. That's something to be proud of.
He's not saying he's right. He's saying you're wrong.
Oh, look, we're so rich we made all this food just to throw it away. Cool. Jimmy's fat. He eats all his leftovers. He's not wasteful. Did Jeff figure out how to mute all of us?
No, I'm here. Sorry. Oh, shit.
I don't know what to tell you. I like it. I think it's fucking worth it. $10 a meal is not a lot of money for a good meal.
So $30 a week.
No, it's $60 a week. Because each fucking meal is split into 2. And you get 3.
So you only get 3 meals that you have to cut in half.
Realistically, you're eating a meal a day, which is $20 a meal.
No.
Oh, it's actually exactly what you're doing.
I'm eating 2 meals a day.
That's
Which would be $10.
$10. That's $20.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're saying it's 1 meal.
Well, it's 2 portions. It would be for 2 people.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm eating it at separate times of the day, so it's not.
If I order a pizza and I start eating that pizza at 1 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock I've consumed the whole pizza, you're right. That's a pizza. But I've covered 2 meals, and it costs $13 for both of them.
Yeah, Casey. So, boom.
Look at that.
Who fucking uses Bing? It's 2020.
I do. I like Microsoft.
Jesus Christ.
You should have said Bing instead of boom.
Oh. I don't know how that screen sharing thing works exactly. So I don't know.
Well, you've got it figured out better than either of us. Well, Case, it's been emotional.
All right.
Aw, boo.
We'll find out where Jack O'Halloran is, and maybe we'll have to do this next week. Hey,
Well,
hey, I wasn't trying to beat you up over the $20 meals, bud.
I'm not worried about it.
Well, you look like you need to eat a fucking sandwich or something. You look emaciated.
I look emaciated.
So you're
You
$20.
need to eat a meal soon.
Fucking $20 with a flaxseed and quinoa.
I've actually been eating 2 meals a day.
So 4 meals.
How much does that cost you?
$40, Jeff.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You can add extra. I got garlic bread the other day for $3 added on. That was pretty good.
Tell me something honestly, are you missing your $20 nacho deliveries?
Fuck yes.
Do you want me to throw some fucking shitty American cheese on some old stale-ass nachos and deliver them to you? You can throw me like $30.
No, because work won't pay for it.
Did they shut your funds off?
No, but I can't use the fucking card. I'm not working. Oh, I thought since I was still getting
What are you
paid,
talking about?
I thought since I was still getting paid, I could still get my $40 per diem a day.
It means per day. Oh, shit. All
Yeah, I might
right.
not be going back to work until June.
Yeah, either will I. I got a letter yesterday pretty much saying that they're not doing anything that they're not supposed to be doing. So
Adam just went to Texas because they had to start. They were like starting a job in Texas for some reason.
yeah.
Why are airlines still working?
Dude, Barbara flew to Florida last week or the week before Jeff, and she was one of 5 people on the plane.
Yeah, they're
But
pissing
why? But
because emergencies, Jeff, is the only real reason.
well, that should be the only reason. Not
But
because you have to go start a new job in Texas.
The plane's got to fly whether they're making money or not. The planes are still going to fly. So
Doesn't make
it
no
doesn't
sense.
matter. It doesn't make sense. I agree with you. Just a lot of this doesn't make sense, but that doesn't change the fact that
Let's
it's
stop
happening.
the spreading of a disease. What are you going to do? Let's fly to Florida and back again.
Dude,
Makes a lot of sense.
Well, she's not coming back. She's down there, and there were reasons why she had to go. So,
Oh, I'm sorry. She's not coming back. You all right?
I mean, she's coming
guys
you
back
got the house.
You guys are done with?
eventually, but right now, no. She went down there to take care of her mom. So,
Gotcha. Cool.
All right.
yeah, buddies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to the dollar store. You guys have a good, safe week?
The dollar store.
Yeah. Got to get some dollar items.
All right.
Be safe.
All right, guys. I'll
It's
let,
been
you
emotional.
know, I'll let you know if I hear from him today at all.
Yeah, just crop them in.
All right.
All right. It's been emotional.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Great.